So let's talk about completing the square. Completing the square is a strategy to solve quadratic polynomials like this one. Now what you want to do is you want to start by getting whatever terms do not have x on them and moving them to the other side. So in this case we have that 16, which I'll add on both sides. That'll get the negative and positive 16 to cancel, leaving me with this expression here. Now is where you want to do the completing the square step, and this a lot of times is not very intuitive to people. So what you want to do for this step is take whatever your middle term is. So whatever this middle term is, you want to take that and you want to divide it by 2. Then you want to take whatever that number is divided by 2 that you calculated right here and square it. And then you want to add it back into your expression. So it's kind of weird, but let's go ahead and give this a try. So in this case, our b term is going to be negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 2 is going to give you negative 3. And from here, you want to hold on to that negative 3, and I'll explain why in a moment. So now that you have negative 3, you're going to square it. Negative 3 squared is going to give you positive 9. Now you can take positive 9 and add it back into your expression, and you will get this expression here. X squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 16. Now what you want to do, though, is you want to balance out this equation, because you added a 9 here, so you're going to have to do that to the right side as well. Since you added it on the left side, you must make things balanced by adding that on the right side also. So in this case, we'll add a 9 to the right side as well, and 16 plus 9 is going to give you 25. So this is what you end up with. Now what you want to do is factor the left side of the equation. And you can do that by figuring out what numbers add to give you negative 6 and multiply to give you 9. Or you can just take this and plug it in. This will work every time as long as you keep track of what sign you have in front here. You can just literally take that and plug it in to this x plus something times x plus something else, and that will immediately solve your two factored numbers that you need. So I can just take that negative 3 and plug it in both, and I can change this to x minus 3 times x minus 3, which is also x minus 3 squared. That's a very quick way to do it, which is why I told you to keep track of that negative 3. So now that you have this expression here, what you now want to do is square root both sides, because we're trying to solve for x. This will get the squares to cancel, and the square root of 25 is going to give you a positive and a negative root when you're solving the expression by square rooting both sides. So in this case, you're going to end up with x minus 3 equals a positive or negative 9, positive or negative 5, because negative 5 squared is also going to be positive 25, and same with positive 5, it's going to be positive 25. So what we're now going to do is split this into two different equations where we have the positive and the negative 5 that we're solving for. I'm going to solve both these equations simultaneously, and what I'll get is these 3's to cancel, which will leave me with x equals 8 and x equals negative 2.